There's a point in every survival generation where an old legend finally gets dethroned. And right now, canvas, the heavy, nostalgic, battle-scarred tarp that carried explorers across continents, is losing its crown. Not because it failed, not because it was overrated, but because a new challenger stepped out of the future and said, move. That challenger is Tyvek, and it's not just better. It's the survival upgrade preppers can't afford to ignore. The shift feels a lot like the moment in World War II when soldiers ditched bulky gear for lighter, faster, more efficient battlefield innovations. The kind of tech that didn't just change the fight, it changed the fighter. Tyvek carries that same energy, smart, tactical, brutally effective in the real world. And the more you learn about it, the more canvas starts looking like an anchor from a different century. Why Tyvek changes the game for modern preppers. Canvas earned its reputation. It sheltered pioneers, early explorers, and generations of outdoorsmen who trusted weight as a sign of reliability. But survival today moves differently. You're not hauling wagons across open plains or setting up permanent base camps. You're managing unpredictable climates, fast mobility, and long-distance endurance. Weight matters, dry time matters, energy matters. And, well, Tyvek eats canvas alive in every one of those categories. The first thing you notice when you pick up Tyvek is the weight, or the shocking lack of it. A full shelter sheet feels like holding a slice of future tech paper, but that illusion breaks the moment you start using it. Because Tyvek isn't fragile. It isn't throwaway. It was engineered for buildings, designed to stop external moisture while letting internal vapor escape. That's not an accident. That's a survivalist's dream formula. Waterproof from the outside, breathable from the inside. The exact combination modern shelters have been chasing for decades. While plastic tarps trap condensation and canvas turns into a wet, stubborn beast, Tyvek hits the perfect middle zone, dry, light, breathable, dependable. And once you spend a night under it, the difference is unmistakable. Every prepper knows the misery of condensation. You wake up damp. Your gear is wet. Your sleeping bag feels like it's been breathing against a fogged-up window. Plastic tarps suffocate you, and canvas, while more breathable, punishes you when the weather shifts. Once it gets wet, it becomes a heavy sponge. Worse, it stays wet. It sours. And unless you're treating it constantly, it becomes a home for rot and mold. Tyvek doesn't absorb water. It doesn't trap vapor. And that means you stay dry without feeling like you're wrapped in a greenhouse. Your sleep stays warm, clean, and breathable. Your pack stays light. And your energy stays focused where it belongs. A shelter is supposed to protect you, not steal your energy night after night. Tyvek gets that right. Straight from the roll, Tyvek is stiff and noisy. Some say it feels like wrestling a bag of chips. But the fix is easy. A few minutes of crumpling softens it dramatically. A cold wash cycle transforms it even further, giving it a cloth-like flexibility that folds tighter, handles quieter, and shelters better. Reinforcing corners with Tyvek tape or folded layers gives you strong tie-out points that last. No waxing, no oiling, no babying. Once prepped, the sheet becomes a high-performance shelter capable of handling wind, rain, and rough setups without soaking up water or stretching under pressure. And packing it? It weighs almost nothing. After a long night, you barely feel it in your pack. That's energy saved. Energy that might matter more than anything else on a long route. Well, canvas lovers, they talk about tradition, texture, and character, you know? They really love the look. And honestly, they love the history behind it too. But you see, survival doesn't care about aesthetic. It only cares about performance. And, Canvas fails the moment speed, distance, and unpredictable weather enter the equation. Canvas absorbs water. It gains massive weight, dries slowly, sags when soaked, requires constant treatment. And, well, when you skip that maintenance, it just rots. That's why explorers of the past waxed canvas before every serious mission. They had no choice. Today, preppers do, and the prepper who chooses canvas over Tyvek is choosing nostalgia over efficiency and paying for it in time, stamina, and mobility. Tyvek stays consistent in ugly weather. It doesn't soak, it doesn't sag, and it doesn't demand constant care just to stay functional. That reliability gives you something priceless in any survival scenario: confidence. The biggest misconception about Tyvek is fragility. People assume that because it's light, it must tear easily. But Tyvek's internal fiber structure, resists tearing better than its weight suggests. And even if it does puncture, the tear usually stops itself instead of spreading. That alone puts it ahead of canvas, where one small rip can become a catastrophic failure if you're not constantly checking it. Repairs with Tyvek take seconds. Tyvek tape bonds instantly because it's made from the same base material. No sewing kits, no late-night patchwork, no extra hardware, just press, seal, move. For long-distance hikers, off-grid travelers, and anyone pushing through a multi-day journey, that is gold. Tyvek shelters set up fast. A ridgeline, A-frame, 4 stakes, done. You sleep dry, you break down camp in minutes. And you're moving before the sun becomes a problem. Those minutes add up. Those grams add up. Over 3, 4, or even 10 days, Tyvek doesn't just save weight, it saves stamina. It keeps your pack light and your endurance high. That could be the difference between making it home and, well, burning out halfway. Canvas, on the other hand, slows everything down. Setup takes longer, teardown takes longer. Wet weight drains you, and the fatigue compounds until the gear itself becomes the problem. Canvas had its era. It shaped history. But, survival is shifting. Modern preppers need gear that moves fast, adapts instantly, and thrives in unpredictable climates. Tyvek fits perfectly into that evolution. It's not a gimmick, it's a turning point. The same way World War II field gear really revolutionized how soldiers survived, Tyvek is, rewriting the rules for preppers today. Once you actually feel the real-world difference, you won't want to go back. If you're serious about fieldcraft, mobility, and smart survival, honestly, this is the upgrade that pushes you ahead of the curve. And if this guide helped you, make sure you subscribe to History's Survival Code and, hey, share this with someone who still swears canvas is king. The more we grow, the more survival knowledge we can deliver to the people who actually need it. Stay sharp out there.